So this quote's taken from the book Let There Be Range, and it truly was one of my big inspirations for developing this strategy. I think it was way ahead of its time. I truly think it was the ground roots of GTO, and the irony is it looks nothing like GTO in its current state, which I personally believe is reflective as to how misapplied the concept of game theory optimal is. So what this quote is saying is, we will use position, bet sizing, combinatorics, and different lines to help us define our opponent's range. Once we have an idea of what the villain's hand range is, it's easy to express our creativity in situations where we want him to fold, call, or raise, in parentheses, manipulate. So this is, I mean, this could be the philosophy of what Solve for Why really stands for. We are taking mechanics and trying to apply them to a different line of thinking. We're not interested in linear thought processes. We're not interested in being robotic and just never thinking through a spot or deferring to the spot being default by definition, right? We don't want to just have preset plays that we're constantly running over and over and over again. Human nature just dictates that that's fallible. So the points that it touches upon and that we're about to get into is edges. Position, bet sizing, combinatorics, and different lines. These are our edges. Position is defaulted to everybody. We'll all have the button an equal amount of times. Card value is defaulted to everybody. We'll all have the same distribution over the course of a lifetime. Combinatorics is the ability to range assess. It's the understanding that because I hold X and Y, my opponent's likely holdings are A, B, C, and D. And B is discounted because X and Y overlap, right? So it's understanding card removal. It's understanding these ranges that we've constructed. Here's the biggest key point that I can give you guys through this 3-hour webinar. So please listen clearly and try to understand as best you can. Understanding when your opponent should be in a pulled range construction, but is choosing merged, will be the greatest edge that you can possess right out the gate, right? You'll gain a larger edge as you become good at range assessing, as you become better at your own range construction, as your line work becomes more crisp. But right out the gate, leaving this webinar, if you can identify that your opponent is 3-betting merged when he should be 3-betting pulled, it's game over, right? If your opponent's 3-bet frequency is high when he's 100 blinds deep, he's done. You win. He can't win. Why? We have a natural defense to that, right? We know he's merged when he should be pulled. What's the easy way to combat against a merged range that should be pulled? We just talked about it. Why did we construct pulled at 100 blinds? Because leverage is met. So you just 4-bet. You just 4-bet or fold, period. Exactly. Since we understand that, we've now just identified a mistake and immediately capitalized. And that's something that most people can't do by design. They generally do it by accident.